Welcome to Hybiz Conversations. My name is Suresh Kochatal. "26 years ago, Mr. G.B.K. Rao decided to set up Pragati Resorts. It was a place that nestled in the lap of nature. But few believed that he would succeed because it was a dream. But 2.5 decades later, that dream has been fulfilled. Pragati Resorts today is a place where one can go and spend an entire weekend nestling, walking around and talking to plants. Nature at its best. Let's understand from Mr. Rao as to what are the different elements that made him get into this venture. Welcome to the show, sir.
Namaskar.
So the first question is, I remember that coming to that place, Pragati Resorts, about 2.5 decades ago, I think approximately about 20 years ago. And you were just building the resort then, and we had ex-Chief Election Commissioner, Mr. Lindo, also taking up a plot there.
So you remember everything?
Yeah, I remember everything. To build a plot there. Beautiful place, lots of nature, bounty around you, rainwater harvesting, which was unheard of in those days. But what prompted you to set up Pragati Resorts? Most of people would go for a club or something like that, but you decided to set up a resort with lots of greenery in it, with lots of plants in it. What made you do that?
When I was started industry in Pune, 1980, that is the world-class industry, all making steel making plants, juice making plants, and also the milk powder making plants. You name the metal, we joint. That is, we are approved by Lloyd's, Bureau Veritas, Basque Council, PDIL, Nagpur Explosives. Even today, all standards known as God. Such a wonderful factory, continued solar systems, we were the number one in India, those days 83, 85. Then in Pune, shifted to Orissa, where the high-speed steel, 15 lakhs rupees per metric ton, whereas the normal steel, 8,000 rupees metric ton, which we started. And not only Indian consumption, totally import substitute, exporting to USA, UK, Japan, every month 5 crores, that steel, cobalt, vanadium-based steels. After seeing all the industries, there are two threats which the whole world is facing. One is hunger, another is pollution. Now you can see deadly viruses just because of this pollution. That is what is prompted me, go for nature, live with nature, be connect with the nature, and you are safe. That is what message I want to bring it to the people. So 1993, I had planned 1993 what to do. That is went on for 9 months to find out what is. Then I looked at a photo where the Lord Krishna photo. There I found is all around is the cows are there, all around the plants are there. So that is the message which I got. He asked me to take up Vriksho Rakshita Rakshitaha Go Samrakshana. Keep the plants all around you, keep the cows, desi cows all around you. That too Vedic science, which has given me lot of motivation to go where we should go. That also is a place where even lizards will not egg it. That is a place where is 40 kilometers away from the city. That time when coming to Podutur village, that is Tangadipalli road, if you're coming from Langar house, even one two-wheeler or four-wheeler crossing or seeing, it is impossible. That was the condition that time. That is where everybody, as you said, is doubtful that, why is spending so much money there. But ultimately, within 6 months, we shown that what it can be converted such a wasteland into where there is no water, depleted water, and that is started believing. Then in 2 years, we found that, something is totally jungle mein mangal.
Okay, but I think Mr. Rao, at the same time, when you moved from a mechanical engineer into nature, and you rightly described your journey about how you traveled from Pune to Hyderabad to set up this particular resort. But the more accent that you had was on nature and wellness. You of course had plots, you had people setting up their own homes, you were also building a resort with cottages and all that. But I remember wherever that time itself you had this thing in your mind that I got to have nature here in this resort. I got to have lots of water here in this resort. And rightly you said there was no water actually at that point
Yes,
in time.
depleted.
You built rainwater harvesting systems, you built canals, everything within that. So when you started doing it, nature, why nature?
Nature is the only one we call Prakriti Mata. Prakriti Mata ko Nirajanam. See, everything is connected. Your biodiversity only nature protects. It's not just human beings. Every living being. That is answer is the tree is the once he gets the tree brings the rain, tree protects all the living beings. And when it becomes a huge plantation, biodiversity starts. Without biodiversity, there is no life. Live and let live starts there. We were having a minimum 35% greenery on the planet, particularly India if you look at, 35% when I was in childhood. Slowly it is coming down day by day. It is 5 to 5.5%. It is a dangerous level. Wherever there is a construction, the cities are coming, particularly cities, removing all the plantation, making a concrete jungle, and where the suffocation, the oxygen depleting, and there are no birds, and except human beings, nothing living beings. Without living beings, it's next impossible to survive mankind. So that is possible only when you have minimum 35% as a forest.
Forest area.
Forest area. So all this, you see the Hyderabad, you see the Bombay, you see the Delhi before, it was a forest. We removed the forest.
Now it's become concrete jungle.
You make it a concrete jungle, and you see the deadly viruses where it is coming. Any capital, state capital or Indian capital or any country's capitals, they are the first attacked. 90% of the diseases there only.
In fact, one of the things that I observed was that you got a lot of honors and awards and all that. Now, we need not get into the depth of it because it will take a long time to talk about it. But recently, you were appointed as a chairman of the Southern Region Expert Committee on Agriculture and Food Processing by the Indian Chamber of Commerce. Now, that's a unique honor to have. What do you think they selected you for it?
It's natural.
And actually, the follow-up question is, what do you propose to do after that?
See, natural. Today, everything is adulterated. The food is adulterated.
True.
You can't say this is including your kitchen, whatever you are having.
True.
They are called spices. Everything is adulterated. Your fruits, vegetables, all polluted. Then how do you expect that, the health of the human being and the health of the state or country or the planet planet itself is in fever now. We have to be doctors. So the first agriculture, then the food is vice versa. What you take, what you consume, that the farmer will grow. What the farmer grows, that becomes natural. Otherwise, if you want to take Pepsi, Coke, chemical industries will grow. Farmer will go for suicides.
So you want to encourage the farming community to
naturally, the agriculture, the farming community, today the number of deaths is taking place, hunger deaths are taking place. But hunger deaths means people look at different. Hunger deaths means disease deaths is hunger deaths, nothing but. All diseased. Today, most of the diseases are coming because of food. See, hunger means purest of the pure, that is called quality of the food. If you are taking quality of food, no diseases, the disease-free world, and also your environment will be protected. The saving of money, not only for yourself, even the governments, they don't need so much money for pollution controlling or the insurances or the efficiency of the people working. In every aspect, this is what you consume, that is ultimately is become. You consume poison, it spreads poison.
Because I'm asking this specific question because when you look at food processing as an industry, India wastes a lot of food from the time it moves from the farms and goes to the consumer. So you have things like FCI go downs, you have warehouses, where a lot of this food actually rots. In your new role that you're going to take up now, how are you going to propose to bring in more of food processing to ensure that we save a lot of our agriculture produce, and rightly the farmer also should get value from that? How do you propose to do it?
Is a wonderful question. This is what we need today, hour of the need. Whatever the perishable things they grow, 70% are getting wasted. 70%.
Especially in horticulture, actually, I remember
Horticulture, vegetables.
And fruits also.
Fruits. Why? Because the processing is not being done the right way. You know, just any vegetable, any fruit, you just heat it up to temperature and cool it down and pack it. 6 months it will not. It's called puri. Puri is the one.
The puree. I remember the puree part of it because sometimes tomatoes, and I used to keep driving to different parts of the city, and I see that farmers have thrown the tomatoes on the road for the cows and others to eat.
Right.
Because they don't even have money to transport this thing when it's coming at 50 paisa a kilo.
Very correct.
So
Very
how do you, I mean,
this
every
5 districts, one this processing of the puri type is excellent. This can be used for even for child, 6-month child can be taken as or age old who is not having, directly can't eat like a guava, which having seed and all. This puri.
The government of India is investing a lot of money in this. I remember the Minister Harshimrat Kaur Badal, she has also mentioned that food processing is a big thing. There's a lot of money going into it. Narendra Modi government has invested a lot of money. Now, the question I have for you is, it's great to have action plan, but the question is, how do you implement that plan on the ground? Because when you talk of puree making, for example, how will you ensure that the farmer who sells tomatoes at 50 paisa, who is forced to sell tomatoes at 50 paisa a kilo, gets a value addition from that into say 5 rupees for a kilo of puree?
Yes. The farmer, if he has got the capacity to convert into food as a processed food, which is safe, the middleman will disappear. Because today 2 rupees, say, the tomato, the market is asked. He cannot sell at 2 rupees. But the mediator who can sell 20 rupees, 100 rupees, but farmer is getting only 2 rupees.
That's a question because
that is to avoid this processing units at every 5 districts, one center comes.
Who will set it up?
Pardon?
Who will set up the processing unit?
These all promoters. I want to set up myself.
Okay.
And people, that is what we have to motivate the people to do the processing.
So the local industrialists, local entrepreneurs have to set up
100% is to be given. And also like pickles. The pickles. Today the pickles are very, very important. And like, export. The drumstick today here is how much? Hardly 3 rupees. But whereas in USA, $3. How much it costs transportation? Like, cold chain link up to.
Correct.
That cold chain link is simple. It gets, today $1 price if you get. It doesn't cost, for each drumstick.
Same thing goes for potatoes and onions
Any whole world is looking the food which is as raw materials, as vegetables or fruits or the puri. This type of things we have to have cold links, the chain, which is necessary, which were neglected, and today there is a expert committee chairman who are focused, and also the what to grow, what not to grow.
Okay.
The all wastelands, still there's huge number of wastelands. And the water, what we are consuming water for the rice,
Paddy consumes a lot of water.
paddy and wheat, 8,000 to 12,000 liters it consumes. Whereas the millet is 300 liters per kg of the millet.
And it's healthy also.
And it is the most healthy. Whereas wheat is gluten. It's not good for health. The glucose, use, what the body requires 6 units and it has got 12 units in one meal. 3 meals.
So your blood sugar shoots up.
Everything is a disease. Then the oils. Oils also the refined oils. How do you expect the refined oil? If it is a palli, if you take, 90 rupees a kilo is a palli. But a liter, 3 kgs minimum required palli, 390 is 270 rupees. How they are selling at 100, 110 rupees and giving glass free 15 rupees. These are all things which we are promoting all the adulterated food as telling in the TVs and channels as is
the best thing you can have.
That is what all the actors or heroines or heroes or celebrities.
Yeah.
That promotion, these are all things which we need the labs easily available, finding out the quality of the food, quality of the raw materials, that vegetables or fruits, what residues are there. These are all, which is not reaching to the common man, this thing will happen. If it is available at all universities or any labs which, EPTRI and pollution control board, these are all places we should have. That is the most important to have as a lab easily available. Instead of giving subsidies,
that's true,
wasting on chemical fertilizers and also the pesticides, 1,25,000 crores we are giving subsidy. Whereas for natural farming, that is what we have to shift at 2-3 years. If we shift that one to natural farming, simply it will change. Afterwards, the farmer will never ask like this. Farmer is always will be like this. He wants to give. He doesn't want this.
I think, even the Prime Minister is talking about it a lot, about how the farming community's income needs to be doubled.
Right.
But what you're seeing practically on the ground is different.
See, it is a farmer is going to be, is the king. If what I am talking about, if changes brings, he will be the king. Today he is a beggar. He is Raite Rarazu. That is our slogan. It will be done, provided simple things, what to grow, what not to grow. This water distribution. Water distribution we give for sugarcane. That why sugarcane is, which requires 27,000 liters to 1 kg of sugar. Whereas the palm jaggery, which is fructose, which is very important. Why we should promote these things slowly? It's not suddenly cannot be done, but the awareness you have to bring, knowledge is important. Bringing the knowledge to the people and also the government, which we have to focus, changing from this poisonous food to amrutahar. Today, our agriculture system, it has to change a lot. Monoculture is very dangerous. People are going lakhs of acres paddy, lakhs of acres wheat, lakhs of acres cotton, lakhs of acres only sugarcane. Because water is coming, almost free water is coming and wasting water. And this is, that's why this type of locust. We are going to get this type of things, much more worse things. Please, God's sake, the policies are to be changed to bring the biodiversity, live and let live is the only answer. Our plantation, people must go and race for plantation, that too our Vedic heritage, sacred herbal and medicinal plants. That is most important.
I remember, Mr. Rao, you telling me at that time when you started the resort that you had these plants in your place, you had nakshatras plants, you had, as per the star, you could go by the plant. You had plans even to stop mosquitoes from coming.
Yes.
Now, when we talk of environmental and you rightly said, using chemicals today to, to fumigate the mosquitoes or even put it at home,
right,
in terms of coils and other things that we use. When you talk about all these efforts that you're doing, Is there a system that you have worked out to ensure that this reaches the common man?
Even our KCR, our chief beloved chief minister, you make model of Pragati everywhere.
He said
Why?
that.
He continuously says, it's not one time.
Okay.
But why it is not happening?
Happening.
Why it is not happening? Why it is happening, but small. Why small? Why not big? It is the people first have to understand and start. Suppose the millets if start eating, people grow millet only. Somebody came when millets are not available. You go next to your store, who is go 10 times you ask, he will bring it. Now today is available.
You have to create a demand for it.
You have to say that, if you are sitting not available, it has to be brought to the business
notice.
people. I want, and he will bring. That is what is required. That education is important. That is what we are today. Is 1998 I said it will be mosquito free, bad bacteria free, virus free. This is what even Corona time we are working.
Yeah,
But what happened?
that's a question I want to ask you.
Right.
Pragati would have been a very good isolation facility for people who want to go away from the city. It was also a very good facility for people to say work from home, because today you are having this work from home concept. So when you look at your resorts, are you promoting all these things? Asking people to come there and stay there and use the facility during a time like this?
Is a wonderful subject. But what happens? We been ruled by 750 years by Western. It's difficult to come out of that.
The thought process.
White man has to say.
The thought process.
Because even plant, as you said, the plants they know only Western plants.
We have ashwagandha, for example, which can be extensively
This
used.
present generation, this whatever taught by horticulture, agriculture, they talk only not our Indian Vedic like Trimurti Vanam, Panchavatam, Panchbhuta Vanam, Navgraha Vanam, Nakshatra Vanam, Rasi Vanam, Saptarishi Vanam. They have no subject. Even our Kalproksha, they have no idea what is Kalproksha. Whereas in London, the food festival, they put our Kalproksha, the juice is fruit juice is the best juice on the planet. This is
We don't use it
trend.
in India.
No, today I am very sorry to say that is not criticizing, is a visleshana. Is a to understand. I am not pointing at, because since 750 years is going on, it has gone that we are white people. White people means Western culture.
Thoughts.
That culture to change. Otherwise, Pragati would have changed the whole 1998. We have proven. It's not today. Since 1998 till today, these are all viruses. So many people, they are getting benefited. I should not say because the white people, that is where culture is there. If I say I have medicine, they will put me in the jail. That is the situation of our country.
In fact, that's a problem. Is today Ayurveda and Siddha is not considered
Yes,
great.
because thank God the Ayush department has come as a
Boon for you.
But I applied long back before the government for CGHS empanelment, like hospitals how they get the standardization.
Correct.
That is applied. It was pending. I went to Naik, he's the cabinet minister. He said, I had to take recommendations for this to get clearance. I took recommendations, 20 MPs, and also the top one guy, I don't want to, and took them. Then he signed. But I thrown on his face, seeing that. He puts 100 rupees, Panchakarma therapy. 100 rupees, I can't change my bed sheet. My bed sheet changing cost is 100 rupees. My entry cost is 1150 rupees, resort. And you are putting 100 rupees. Then I said, he told me, no, this is the lowest quotation has got. What means by lowest? You same apply to allopathy? So same lowest quotation?
That won't work.
Then slowly they understood, is realizing, and it's coming out. It is something is getting better, but not to the extent what we are supposed to. The Western culture has to change. We have to bring that change. School education itself, 21 patrikas, people, the taxonomy to be taught. This is taxonomy to be taught first before any education.
And what about the fact that recently I've been reading, I've seen some videos of your clients in the urban areas. They've set up apartments, they've set up gated communities, and there you are also bringing your expertise in form of a consultancy to bring greenery.
Not only greenery, you, we bring like square foot gardening, vertical gardening, hanging gardening, roof gardening, you name, even pot gardening.
Okay.
And we do even setup, is a big setup roof garden, vegetables and fruits which you can grow. That is being accepted, like our Suresh, Chuka Suresh, he could, he did it. He says that this is the best.
Now, the question is obviously is when you look at the future, I mean, say 20 years from now, as we get more commercialized, at one point in time, there would have been nothing around Pragati Resorts, but today there would be hundreds of gated communities all coming up around that. Do you think people have suddenly realized after this corona thing that one has to be careful, one has to respect nature, one has to give a lot of attention to our health? Otherwise, we will have more of such COVID-19s coming in. So what is your opinion on that, sir?
Today if you look at my villas and all, they used to come once in a year, once time, two times, some people 10 times, one monthly once, like that they used to come. Today all villas are full. No one wants to go to Hyderabad. They came here, said, they say now, we don't want to go to Jubilee Hills, Banjara Hills. Most of them they come from. So we don't want to go. Because the type of 90% all viruses are today in the city compared to all. That is what lesson is coming. But many people realization, I don't know, one more virus may be required. This is not costly virus, but we made it like costly virus without knowing what to be given. If they given me a chance, this virus, I would not even to spread, not even 1%. That has got our Ayurveda, herbal medicinal plants, what like.
That's true. Mr. Rao, actually, I could go on and on because I remember your knowledge of Ayurveda, your knowledge about natural healing, your knowledge about Siddha and all. A lot of aspects that you keep talking about. I'm sure that another day we can talk in detail about the entire process. And I'm sure we can do that at your resort actually and, get people to understand what coming back to nature is all about. Because at the end of the day, we all have to respect nature. Because the moment we put nature out of our entire system, we get what we're getting right now. Today, people are increasingly moving away from cities into rural areas so that they can get a better quality of life, a better quality in terms of living, and of course, to keep themselves safe. Mr. Rao, thank you very much for speaking to us at Hybiz News. It is wonderful.
It's a great pleasure. It is wonderful. You are doing a great job and spreading the good news, what required for the virus. Today, that is food and processing and agriculture subject you are wonderful. Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. G.B.K. Rao, Chairman and Managing Director of Pragati Resorts. He is a satisfied man today. 2 decades ago, he started this project, and today, he's seeing the fruits of it. He talks to plant, he talks to flowers, and of course, he talks to people. In this era of pandemic, Sir Rao is a relaxed man. His resort is full of people who fled the cities and gone back into a rural environment. There is a lesson for each one of us in that. Thank you for watching.